We're back with hidden attributes and we're back with ambition. We've already done 1 out of 20 for ambition and we've got the same squad, same attributes, same players, same everything, but we've given them 20 ambition to see how much of a difference that's going to make over the course of their careers. That's all there is to say. Let's jump in and find out how they get on. Of course, we're here with Solihull Moors as we were last time, and as you can see, 90 current ability, 200 potential ability. The transfer to Al Ittihad is still going ahead in 2045. They've still got a transfer ban till 2045 as well. Ambition is 20 instead of at 1. If you didn't see the previous video and you didn't see how well Solihull Moors did over the course of the experiment and how well the players progressed, then I suggest you go and watch it. But I suppose it doesn't really matter whether you watch it before or after this one, because the difference between the two experiments will be quite interesting regardless of which way round you watch it. So, ambition, how well will they do in this experiment? Well, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'm not too sure, because last time they seemed to sort of cap out, didn't they, at 140 when they were stuck in the Championship. Only when they got into the Premier League did they start to progress past 140, but they spent about 3 or 4 years in the Championship treading water, and they had about, 11 players up at 140, like stuck at 140 current ability. So, can they go past 140? We'll soon find out, won't we? In terms of the Vanarama National League, the season preview, second. I think it was second last time, wasn't it? I think it was exactly the same as this. Chesterfield top, Solihull Moors second. Ambition hasn't really changed what the media believe. I mean, the media prediction over here is 10th. So, yeah, there's that. Let's go through. Should we go through to 2024, 1 year, just to see how they got on? And did they manage to go up? At the first time of asking, can Andy wing the league? Oh, bang. We've started already. Bad puns. Oh, he didn't get promoted. They finished second, but York beat them in the playoffs. Or, well, someone beat them in the playoffs. What happened in the playoffs? York won 2-0 in the playoff final. Solihull Moors' winger was sent off after 85 minutes, but it didn't really make much difference because they were already 2-0 down to a brace from Dipo Akinyemi, and there he is, the man who seems to score plenty of goals in the Vanarama National League. In terms of the league table then, only 63 goals for them, 40 goals against, which is a bit disappointing really. Andy Wing, the media prediction is first this time. The form is 22nd. That's just alphabetical, isn't it? But the media prediction is first. I'm sure season preview will also say first. Shall we have a quick look at that before we look at the team? 91-1 on, and look at that. The entire squad except James Daly for Harrogate and Joe Pritchard, who are on right and left midfield. Because we've got wingers and we don't have right and left midfielders, that's sort of what's happened. But let's go and have a quick look at the squad then. And look at that. Everyone's got themselves over 100. 101 is the worst and the best is 120. Well, considering they got stuck at 140 after about 9 seasons in the Championship, it took a few years to get up there. Did they go up every season? I can't remember exactly what happened. I'm sure if you've watched it quite recently, you probably remember. I recorded that probably like 2 days ago, but I've only slept about 2 hours since then. I can't remember how many seasons it was, but to be at 120 after 1 season for Solihull Moors centre-back 3, that is unbelievable stuff. He has defied expectations, and so many of them have actually got themselves into the 1-teens. So I'm really impressed at that. The wing, I mean, in terms of the tactics, the wingers are playing at fullbacks. The fullbacks aren't playing. Winger 2 has been retrained as a cam. Centre mid 3, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Awful formation, that is, the Christmas tree. Andy Wing needs sacking, but unfortunately he probably won't get sacked because he's probably going to go on an absolute tear and fly through the leagues. Let's go to 2025 and see if they go up. They almost certainly have gone up this season. I'm expecting over 100 points. Can they get 100 goals as well? Not with that formation. Well, there we go then. 84 goals, 20 against, and 118 points. I told you they'd get over 100 points. Only the 2 defeats, Harrogate and Hartlepool, were the ones to take 3 points away from Solihull Moors. But it was all academic, really. They won the league by 35 points. 83 points was Gateshead and Aldershot in second and third, respectively. 118 points. That might be the biggest margin that we've won the Vanarama National League by. I think even in the professional test, didn't do that good. I think they probably went up at the first time of asking, though, in that, to be fair. So I can't quite remember. But that's impressive. Almost certainly they're going to go up as champions from League 2. 91-1 on again. And there you go. The entire squad is in the Media Dream 11, apart from right and left midfield. Oh, but it's going to annoy me that they're probably still playing this horrendous formation. There you go. Your cams who are actually in the cam position. Centre mid, yeah, he's been moved back. Wingers, Winger 4. Yeah, left wing back. Whatever. The senior squad. There you go. Look at that. Solihull Moors winger 3 is already up at 136. So ambition, you can already see, is having an absolute monumental effect on the current ability of these players. Centre forward 2 and 1 up at up in the mid 130s. And of course, the hidden attribute breakdown is exactly the same as it was last time, apart from ambition. There it is. There's the breakdown. A couple of things might have changed ever so slightly. I think temperament might have changed from 12. I think I had temperament on 12 with consistency in important matches, but everything else is the same. And look at that, the bottom player, Solihull Moors right back 2 on 109. He's been retrained as a centre back. They've retrained wingers to play wing back, and they've got full backs who they've retrained as a centre back, and he's played once. Oh, so infuriating. So infuriating. Andy Wing, unfortunately, is going to be there for the long haul because he's about to go back to back in terms of promotions, almost certainly. Can they go up as champions from League 2? Look, I tell you what, if they do, you've got to subscribe to the channel. Can't say fairer than that. Let's go to 2026 and see if you're subscribing. And there you go, 97 points and only 68 goals, unfortunately, but 3 defeats. They've won the league by 13 points, and you all need to subscribe now because of that. So don't make the rules. Just play by them. Adhere to them, please. Joking aside, please do subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this kind of content and you enjoy other experiments. There's plenty more there on the channel, and there's plenty more coming. We're delving into the personality types. We're delving into some fun stuff. And yeah, there's these attribute breakdowns as well. So there's something for everyone. And if there isn't, and there's something specifically that you want, let me know in the comments, because I get to them and people will attest to that. I do bring other people's ideas to the channel because, yeah, I'm not the only one with good ideas. Other people have got them too. So yeah, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. While you're there, throw a like on the video. Why not? Solihull Moors gone up as champions, and will they have players over 140 current ability? Almost certainly at this point. We're going to go and check in a second, but first, we're going to look in League 1 and we're going to see the season preview. Are they going to be top again? 91 to 1 on again. Oh, Andy Wing's going to be there for the long haul. He's there. Where's he going to get to? He's already favoured personnel, along with defensive mid 1 and goalkeeper 1. Defensive mid 1 is the captain, and the senior squad, look at that, 146, 143 and 140. So we've bypassed the 140. So ambition does limit how high you can climb in terms of your current ability, even with your potential ability being there. It may, there are other factors like caliber of game time. Like obviously they were playing in the championship, and the championship and ambition combo was meaning 140 was their max. When they got to the Premier League, some players did kick on. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't think their ambition ever really changed, did it? It all stayed at 1, if memory serves me correctly. In terms of height, they've all fluctuated in height. Look at that. 186 for some of them, down at 182 for the others. They all started at 182, and they're all about the same weight. But look at that. Solihull Moors, winger 3. And the most annoying thing is, he's playing as a wing back. So a lot of people have said I should change the formation of the squads, or the managers who are in charge of the squads, their favoured formation to be like a 4-2-3-1, because that's the players that I'm giving them to accommodate the formation of. But I kind of like the fact that the formation can be a bit volatile, because it gets the players to improve in certain levels, and then when players are not as good, but a manager gets replaced and then comes in, it's then on that player, can they catch up? Like, for example, right back 1 and 2. Barely playing and they're down at the bottom. If Andy Wing gets sacked, which he probably won't do for a few seasons, but if he got sacked all of a sudden or left the club, and then someone else came in and was playing right backs and these two started playing, it'd be very interesting to see how fast and how much they can progress, and can they catch up to the other players in the team. So that's part of the reason that I do it, but I do see the point of what people have been saying in the comments. So all the comments I'll listen to. Please don't think I'm just ignoring all your advice. I just wanted to put a little public service announcement out about that. And while we're at it, the transfers. I put the embargo on to 2045 because I don't want the clubs to fill the void with better players from a certain point. As the players start to depreciate in their 30s, when the attributes are bad, I want to see how badly they depreciate and how far they fall down the leagues. When the attributes are good, I want to see how far they manage to maintain themselves at a certain level. So it's all about the attribute, really. The fact that we sim on and just see how they got on a few years down the line is just more a little outro and a little bit of an addendum to say, look what happened. Woohoo! Anyway, 2026 then, they think they're going to go up as champions. Shall we find out? 2027, here we come. And they've done it. 100 points, 4 defeats this time, going up with Swansea and Charlton. So we're in the championship, and the season preview saying 32 to 1 on. If you remember when we got to the championship last time, no one was in the Media Dream 11, and I think they were maybe touching the playoffs. like mid-table-ish, upper mid-table / playoff. So it's a marked improvement. Andy Wing is absolutely loving life. Still any favoured personnel. No one's moved to Icon yet. I'm sure we will start to move into Icon territory as we get into the Premier League. They need to up that stadium. But they've only got 628k in the bank. I tell you what they did do, though. Spoiler. I know I've been talking about it, and I say it doesn't matter which way round you watch it. I've been talking about the other ambition video a lot. They only won the FA Cup from the Championship, didn't they? Do you remember that? That's what I do remember. Right. Looking at the squad. Well, they've got so many above 140. They've never even played a minute of Championship football. And two of them are wingers, retrained as wing backs. But look at that. Solihull Moors goalkeeper 16 under 21 caps. It's only a matter of time before they actually get themselves into the England squad. Michio Sarri is in charge and he's won the World Cup. And would you look at that? Ralph Hasenhüttl is in charge of Hull. He went to Sheffield United for a couple of seasons and he left them to go and become the manager of Hull City. Hull City are in League One, so unfortunately we will not be facing Ralph this season. Sad times because he just got relegated. So we've passed Ralph. I'm surprised he's managed to keep his job, to be honest. And anyway, there's a little bit of Ralph watch for those of you that keep requesting it. 32-1 on. You've got some fantastic players. Will he get to the Premier League the first time of asking? Well, they didn't do it. Leeds going up as champions, 103 points. Bournemouth promoted on 93 points. We got to the playoffs, 87 points. So considerably ahead of everyone else. 7 points ahead of Blackburn in 4th. 10 points ahead of Leicester in 6th. 6 points behind Bournemouth in 2nd, though. So a very disappointing season. Considering the season preview, again, is saying we're going to go up as champions. I wonder, have the Solihull Moors board had enough of Andy Wing? No, he's been given the opportunity to try and get them up at the second time of asking. In terms of the playoffs, then, let's have a look at the tree. So it was a 4-3 win against Leicester and it was a 1-0 defeat to Preston North End in the final. Joshua Brené, we'll go with. Sounds more cultured. 59th minute, and he scored the winner. Disappointing. Well, in terms of the players, shall we have a look at the club and look at the players? Right. So, they've started to stagnate. A lot of them have got to 155. Is that coincidental? Because we have got one player here who's gone past 156. One outfield player, that is. And we've got the player here, the goalkeeper, at 161. Now, is it because they are good enough to be playing Premier League football and playing in the Championship is not going to be competitive enough for them to kick on? I think that's probably the case, to be perfectly honest. And I think 155 might be the limit, which is actually very interesting. Very interesting indeed. We need EBFM on this. Someone, I think I said it in the last video, but EBFM, get your spreadsheets out, lad. We need some data. Shout out to EBFM. He's popped along and watched one of these videos before. He was in the comments of one on the last FM. I wonder if he's still around. EBFM, if you're here, let me know in the comments. We need you. But favourites to go up this time, but they were favourites last time. So are we going to get stuck in the Championship for a few years? So it's 16-1 on or off. I don't know, odds. Everyone explains it to me. I always get it wrong, but they're the favourites for the league. That's all we need to know. I think they'll probably do it. This season. And the reason I'm going to go just the 1 year is because I want to see the season preview of how the media think the Solihull Moors are going to do in the first season in the Premier League. So let's go to 2029, see how they did. Up as champions. There you go then. Up as champions, and Sunderland got the other automatic promotion place on goal difference from Norwich. Well, would you look at that? That is heartbreaking for Norwich City. Sunderland winning on goal difference. West Ham also coming up in 4th via the playoffs on 81 points. Some good teams in this league. Well, we're up as champions. Just the 69 goals, which is not the best return. But again, you're not going to score loads of goals with that tactic. That tactic is awful. What's left back doing playing there? Left back's been retrained. Oh, it's a right wing back. What the in hell is he doing? Oh, how infuriating is that? Left back 2's playing there. So the right backs can't catch a bloody break, can they? The right backs can't even get in the team at right wing back. Premier Division, season preview, 10th. 10th they think they're going to finish. Absolutely no one is in the Media Dream 11, but I'm sure they will be at some point. Who's been winning the Premier League then? Liverpool for the last 2 years, Arsenal the year before that, and it was Man City every season up to that point. And just to keep me ear to the ground, in terms of Champions Leagues, we've had 3 for Barcelona over the course of the experiment. Man City have won 1, along with Inter Milan and Liverpool. Newcastle runner-up in 1, City runner-up in 1, Barcelona runner-up in 1. PSG runner-up in 2, as well as Bayern Munich in 1. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the Premier League. They think they're going to finish 10th. The squad, so it is improving. 157s, 158s and 159 there, 167. So the progression has slowed right down. Is it because they've entered their early 20s? No. I'm almost certain that we've only improved like a few attributes over a couple of seasons in the Championship. I'm telling you now, most of these 158s will be north of 165 after this season in the Premier League. Some of them will be in the 170s. I'm almost guaranteeing it. So let's jump forward through just one more year and we'll have a look at that. And would you look at that? Europa League football at the first time of asking, finishing in 6th. Solihull Moors, 5 teams getting Champions League football. And where did they finish on points? Was it 61? There you go. 61 points, and the goal difference of 9 has really handcuffed them. They've not scored enough goals. They've not scored anywhere near enough goals. And that's part of the problem. Unfortunately, Sunderland, who came up with Solihull Moors, have gone straight back down, which is a little bit sad, going down bottom. But it is what it is. Anyway, Man City have won the league. Solihull Moors getting Europa League football. We are going to finish 8th according to the Media Dream 11, or the Media season preview. And Andy Wing is now an icon. And the squad, there you go. What did I tell you? 3 at 170. Load in the high 160s. So we've got 8 players over 165 before 170, and then 3 at 170, 1 at 173, and the goalkeeper at 178. Still not been capped by England. Unai Emery's in charge. Can we get someone in the squad? Solihull Moors centre-back 3 is in the squad. 1 cap, no goal. There we go then. Okay, so it's 2030. I think it's time to start jumping forward. So we're going to do a 2-year jump at this juncture, because I don't want to go too far, because the players are going to start getting to 200 almost certainly, and I want to see when that happens. So we'll go 2 years, because I think the goalkeeper's probably going to get there. Let's go to 2032. Well, look at that, finishing 8th, actually doing worse than the season before that. Man City, the champions from the season before. Look at that, Man City were first. They finished 7th. No manager. Pep's gone. Carlo Ancelotti retired from management. Matthias Dahm got sacked. Oh, Pep left to go to PSG. Anyway, sorry about that. Champions League football for Solihull Moors, meaning they've won the Europa League. So we've won the Europa League. Following season, getting Champions League football in their own right by getting 4th. The season preview now says 2nd, and centre-back 3 and centre-back 4 are in the Media Dream 11. Saka is now in the Media Dream 11 as a central midfielder. Fine. Andy Wing is still there. Europa League winners, of course, in 2031. He's about to become a club legend. He's got to be. And there you go. 190 for Solihull Moors centre-back 3 and goalkeeper 1. And is that going to be it? They're 26 years old. I think they're probably going to keep going. And look at how many in the 180s. I'll be honest with you, if they don't win the Premier League, this has been a failure, because they've progressed phenomenally well. And for players that good, Andy Wing is holding them back at this point. You look at him and he's won all those promotions. He's had to do sod all. He's actually played an actively bad tactic and he's still doing really well. So imagine what you could do with a good tactic. But look at this. You've got players down here in the 130s, 140s that are never going to amount to anything now, because they're 26 and it's just right back to how many games has he played? He's been retrained as a centre-back and he's played 2 games in his entire professional career. Disappointing. Well, we're going to jump through to 2035, 3 more years, because that will make them all 29 and that will be about it for where the progression stops. So yeah, Man City actually, they went back and won the league when Carlo Ancelotti was there. So after finishing 7th, they went back up and won the league. The following season, Solihull Moors did it on goal difference from Arsenal by 1 goal. Maybe that formation's not too bad then. Only scoring 57, but only conceding 21. They are an absolute rock at the back. Fair play to them. Winning the league on goal difference. The following season, they're down in 3rd. That's not good, is it? Down in 3rd. And the most recent season, down in 6th, getting Champions League football. So hang about, getting Champions League football when 5th got Europa League football. And we were only in the Champions League. Solihull Moors have won the Champions League. We'll get confirmation of that in a second. Man City have won the league again. The season preview, Media thinks we're going to win it. Then to mid 2, 5 players in the Media Dream 11, both centre-backs, the goalkeeper, a central mid and a forward. We're going to have a look at the squad in a moment. And look at that, 194. So we have sort of got stuck in the early 190s. So something's holding us back. Is that the facilities? Is that the club facilities? The training facilities is now at 20. So it's been there for a while. And as you can see here, we have got confirmation of that Champions League win in 2035. They are the current Champions League holders, beating Arsenal in the final. Unbelievable scenes. Also an FA Cup win to their name in 2035. So they've won the FA Cup this season, beating Arsenal again. Oh, Arsenal. And Jurgen Klopp's Arsenal, no less. Why is Jurgen Klopp at Arsenal? Why did he departed Liverpool and went to become Newcastle manager, got sacked 5 years later and then became the Arsenal manager? Who's in charge of Newcastle? Mikel Arteta. It's been a bit of a merry-go-round, hasn't it? Eddie Howe, Antonio Conte, Unai Emery, Jurgen Klopp, Mikel Arteta. Nagelsmann at United. Unai Emery at Man City. Right. Nottingham Forest won the FA Cup in 2030-31. So we have had... I can't understand why they've not actually progressed to 200, but they've all got to very high 180s and low 190s. The majority of the first team squad, that is, anyway. In terms of England caps, 51 caps for the goalkeeper now. And so many of them are in the England squad. Almost certain that they're going to win trophies. Well, they haven't won the World Cup in 9 years. They won the Euros in 2028. Croatia won it most recently. So to be honest, the players aren't doing it for England. So I'm curious as to what's going on. Why? They've got the cohesion. They're playing together at club level. Why are they not kicking on? Why are they not doing better in the Premier League? And why are they not winning more trophies? The weird one. Anyway, we're there. Let's go 5 years to 2040 to the second last stop off before the players will leave. The players now will, of course, be depreciating, and it will be interesting to know how badly they're going down. There you go. Champions League winners, but finishing sixth, pretty abysmal. And the following season, 10 points off the pace, but finishing second. And again finishing second, this time only by a point. That was a very tight top five. Look at that. 4 points separating the top five. Ooh, Jesus. And then the following season, Chelsea then leapfrogged everyone from fifth to go and win it. Liverpool falling down into fourth. Solihull Moore still in second, ever present, 6 points off the pace. And then finally getting their second Premier League title in 2038-39. Can it be 2 in a row? No, finishing fifth, getting Champions League football. The nearly team. And that's going to be it. They're not going to win another Premier League because the players are going to be depreciating. But how much are they depreciating? We will find that in a second. But in terms of trophies, well, there has been another FA Cup in 2040, the league in 2039, and another Champions League in 2036. They won back-to-back Champions Leagues, beating Liverpool in the final the following season. Then it was 2 for Barcelona in a row, then 2 for Chelsea in a row. How satisfying is that? 2 in a row for 3 teams in a row. That's triple-double, I guess. I don't know. Weird, innit? Andy Wing is a club legend. He's never going to get sacked. What's the season preview saying? 13-8 on to win. We've still got players in the Media Dream 11. That's interesting. And, well, look at that. 34 years old, and they've really not depreciated much at all. We're still in the high 180s, and in the 180s for a lot of the players. A couple in the 170s and 160s, but all the players that are playing week in, week out have actually maintained their ability. Solihull Moore's goalkeeper is still at 193. He's got 105 caps for England. In terms of trophies, Thomas Berg is in charge of England. In terms of trophies, he's been there for 3 years, 341 days. What's he won? He's won the World Cup. Of course he has. Of course he has. Beating the Netherlands in the final in the 2038 World Cup. Well, we've got 2 FA Cups, 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Champions Leagues, a Europa League, a Carabao Cup. That was in 2039. It took all the way till 2039 to win the Carabao Cup. It feels like not enough trophies, doesn't it? It really does feel like not enough trophies. Is that Andy Wing's fault? I hate to keep ragging on him, but I mean, it's admirable he's won stuff with that. That's won the Champions League twice in a row. Let that sink in. Retraining players left, right and centre. Literally, retraining left players on the right. He's got players for the right. I don't know. Infuriating. Anyway, 2045 is the next stop. The final stop before the players leave, before we do the little sim and sort of round things off. But let's go to 2045 and see, can they maintain their Premier Division status, or will they drop down the leagues as the players start to lose their ability? So yeah, we finished 5th in 39-40, and I think it's going to start to go downhill, and it is 7th. Look at that. 10 teams get in Europe, and I don't even know what's gone on here. Chelsea have won the league. We've got Champions League football for Newcastle United, Palace and Leeds. Tottenham getting Europa League football. Champions League football for Liverpool. Europa League football for Stoke and Sheffield United. And Conference League football for Aston Villa. So they must have won the Carabao Cup. Stoke or Sheffield United must have won the Conference League. Stoke were in the Conference League, so Stoke won the Conference League. Sheffield United have won the FA Cup. Liverpool have won the Europa League or the Champions League, and everyone else is qualified via the league. Liverpool won the Champions League, FYI. Ryan Mason's in charge of Leeds, who are doing fantastically well. Right, at 7th anyway, and then getting Conference League football, finishing 9th the following season, and yeah, it's not looking great. Hopefully we get a Conference League to our name. They did not. Oh, they didn't. Chelsea winning the leagues now, and we're down in 15th. Can we survive? Oh, 16th. 16th on 37 points. We had no right to be that high up, really. And we've got one more season, 44-45. Oh, bottom AF. Tottenham won the league as well. Actually, they won it. Tottenham won it 2 years in a row. actually. So, begging pardon. Going down with Everton and Brighton. Oh, bottom AF. So, Charlie Moxey is in charge, the manager. Andy Wing was sacked. He was sacked in 2042. After all the trophies he's won, I mean, it was about time he got sacked. He was holding them back, but it was the wrong time. It was the wrong time to sack him. They've not had any stability since. Horrific. But yeah, it's been an average trophy haul. An average trophy haul. In terms of the players, they've got best part of £1 billion in the bank. The players, they're all gone. They've all gone. Just have a quick look at the players overall. In terms of international caps, we're sorted by international caps. Centre back 1 got 146. Centre mid 1 got 141. And they're still fantastic players. I mean, look at that. He's still 146. God, that's how bad physicals. That's how much physicals matter. Look how good his mentals and technicals are. Yeah, multiple players over 100 caps. In terms of England, then Matthew Bloxham is the current England manager. Pretty good attributes. No more international trophies though. No more international trophies since last time. No more trophies for Solihull Moors. All the players they've gone. We're going to go through to where I've simmed up to and see if they've managed to recover with all that money. Can they get back to the Premier League? Can they win any trophies? Right, so they're back in the Premier League, and you can see there the 12th. Past winners Manchester City have just been back on an absolute tear and domination. Brighton are up there. Leeds are up there. Newcastle Leeds have actually won a Premier League, to be fair. Solihull Moors, though, no more trophies since Lenny Yoro was actually in charge of Al Ittihad, where they all went when they went there. And now we come back in 2063 randomly, and he's the manager of Solihull Moors. How weird is that? He was the manager of the team that had all of our players go to. That doesn't even make sense. All of our players went to the team that he was managing, and then when we come back, it's a very arbitrary date. We didn't pick 2063. You just simmed it and then stopped it when he got up or whatever, and saw it was there. I was like, that'll do. And he's now in charge. And he's only been here a year. Insane. Anyway, the competitions, domestic league. So they were up in the championship, down in the championship, sorry. Oh, and they went down to League One. They finished 23rd. Then they bounced back. Then in the championship, nearly getting up a few times, getting in and around the playoffs, and finally going up automatically. A couple of seasons in the Premier League, coming back down, a few seasons in the championship, then going up and then staying there for the last 5 years. So fair play to them. They've actually recovered. They are now a fully fledged Premier League team, finishing lower mid-table. And in terms of their finances, they've only got 1.3 million in the bank. It's a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. They did really well to get as high as they did. The players did pretty well. Did we get any golden balls? I doubt it, but we'll go and have a look. No golden ball. We'll have a quick look at the Footballer of the Year. Again, nothing for Footballer of the Year. Player of the Year. Oh, Solihull Moors centre forward 2 in 2036 did get Player of the Year. He got 31 goals in 50 appearances. Fair play. Solihull Moors winger 4 came 3rd as well in the same season, playing left wing back, no less. But that's about it for today's experiment. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Ambition is an important attribute in the terms of player growth. However, the squad did not do as well as I hoped, and I blame the formation and Andy Wing. Despite the formation, they did well. 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups. I hope you've had a good time watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope it's been informative, and I hope you've learned something. If you want me to do this with another attribute, like hidden or front end, whatever, there's a few others out there already on the channel, so go and check them out, and then let me know what you'd like me to do in terms of attributes. I've got a couple in the pipeline that people have suggested, but I can always factor them in down the line. Any other experiments at all you want me to do as well, let me know, and I'm all ears all of the time. But most importantly, take good care of yourselves, gang, and I'll see you soon.